by dawn, dead by dawn, dead by dawn, we'll swallow your souls. Acting. I think I was in middle school when Army of Darkness came out and saw that box art at the video store, and we had to rent it because this guy's got a chainsaw for an arm and a shotgun. I mean, took that home. Oh my God, that movie.
Groovy.
It's bananas. I watched Army of Darkness in middle school probably more than 100 times. I think I wore the VHS out. And then that kind of became my gateway to Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, which I kind of discovered, I guess, later. I mean, they came out, I was probably in grade school. I wasn't really into horror movies in grade school, to be honest. I happily shouldn't, no one should be. I have huge respect for Evil Dead as a horror movie. It has some really genuinely chilling moments. Obviously made on like a no-budget movie. Like I don't think it's a student film, but it's like close to it, you know. Evil Dead 2 is kind of a remake, if you're not familiar, of Evil Dead. Has an expanded second and third act, kind of embraces the whole movie's own desire to be a horror-comedy. It tries less for scares and more for a weird mix of comedy and scares. And then you get into Army of Darkness. Ash is now back in the year 1300 AD, as near as he can tell.
This is my boomstick!
I don't know, the horror furniture is there, but it's not like a horror movie to me. I think that one really is just sort of a weird fantasy adventure comedy, sort of. I never felt like there's like a horror aspect to Army of Darkness. Ash vs. Evil Dead is a TV series that kind of continues the series like 20 years later, 30 years later on Starz. And it was on Starz, and I didn't have Starz, so I didn't see it when it came out. But then people started telling me, hey Greg, there's a drink in this called Pink Fuck. You've got to make this drink. So great, I need to watch Ash vs. Evil Dead, and I'm excited. I tell my wife, we got to watch Ash vs. Evil Dead, and she kind of rolls her eyes. I was like, no, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be great. You just got to get yourself into the headspace of like a 13-year-old boy. I got my Twizzlers, I got a 2-liter of Coke, I sat down on the couch there, settled in to check this show out, got cozy into the joy of my youth, and started watching the show, and oh my God. What is this show? It felt like it missed the mark for me, honestly, of what I loved so much about the Evil Dead movies. And I'm not going to be very good at articulating what that was. So that's an unfair criticism, honestly. It didn't capture the magic of those movies that was there when I was a kid. Maybe that's me, though. I mean, maybe it's just when I saw them and I was at that age when that kind of stuff was going to resonate with me. Maybe I'm just looking back at like rose-tinted glasses at the movies of my youth, and it was just always all... Okay, I'm in the butt! I'm in the butt! That scene that is something else. What is up with that? So back to the drink. Let's talk about the Pink Fuck.
Pink Fuck is a proprietary mix of liqueurs and spirits garnished with orange rind and nutmeg. Oh, and there's a shit ton of ketamine in it.
Let's bring up to speed on what's going on here. This is in season 2, episode 3. Ash's car has been stolen and he has left the Necronomicon in it, so he's got to get that car back to get the book back. But how? Well, he figures out that if he throws a town-wide rager, the kids who boosted his wheels are going to show up for the free good times, and he can easily steal his ride back. That is some S-smart levels of smarts.
It's not the worst plan.
No, this is a terrible idea. To facilitate this rager, Ash and his buddy Chet,
My #1 partner in crime!
mix up a batch of their famous party brew.
Pink Fuck!
It is pink and laced with ketamine, and once again on HDD, I will not be using ketamine as an ingredient. It is getting really weird how often we run into this. But it gives me 2 options here. I can ignore the shitload of ketamine that the recipe calls for, as the show creators absolutely did for whatever was mixed up for consumption on set, or we could look into the taste of ketamine. I'm told that it is unpleasant, like what you would imagine like burning copper sliding down your throat to taste like. Ugh. I don't personally want that in a drink, so I would prefer to skip it, but you are the internet, and I'm sure you're going to give me shit if I don't try to put something in there that tastes right. So if we're going very highly completionist, I've got an idea for a substitution ingredient that we can use for flavor, if that's accurate. Chet or Ash, I forget who actually gives it to us, gives a pretty specific recipe. Do they ever specify what's in it? I think they just say it's a proprietary mix. Oh no, he does. Chet gives like a whole talk, and then they flash the recipe in your face. Although the measurements are an arcane mess of cross-standard units like timed pours. But to the best of my ability, I think that at this point I should just start by trying to make the thing that they describe on the show, minus the ketamine. And so this is for like a pitcher's worth, okay? Or, you know, like a group serving. So I've got this bottle here. It's, I think it's like just shy of a 750. So I was measuring that before. This will be fine. We'll mix in here. We have plenty of room in that. And look, guys, I finally got that new funnel. Isn't that a beaut? Woo, look at that guy. Yeah. Who's your daddy now, right? You know, the thing is, I would start with the 5 ounces of vodka, but because of the bottle I'm using and because of the way I'm doing this, I think I'm actually going to start with the nutmeg. Why? Because that's going to sit here on my funnel and then it'll rinse down into the drink, because nutmeg is an ingredient. So let's start with some nutmeg. And they don't say how much, so I'll just kind of give her a shot. A punch bowl would probably be a better choice, something where I can kind of easily add ingredients and taste. But then we want, then I want some orange zest. Orange zest, here we go. Try to get that into your funnel. I'm just gonna go with the whole orange. Oh yeah, that's working. This is just a microplane zester. I'll put a little affiliate link down there, if you don't mind, if you want one. Now back to the top. We're gonna take 5 ounces of vodka. So far not pink. We need a 2-second pour of strawberry liqueur. A 2-second pour, what does that mean, 2 seconds? Do you put your thumb over it and do like a slow pour? Then there's some variability in there, you know, because you can open and close it. A 2-second pour of strawberry liqueur. Whatever that means to you is the right answer, right? So 1, 2. A splash of grenadine, and for accuracy, I'm gonna go with roses here, right? So that's a splash of grenadine. A half a cup now of lemonade. So I made some lemonade. This is lemons and sugar and water. It's like equal parts lemons and sugar by weight, and then water until it tastes right. You know, you don't need a recipe for this. If you're in the UK, that's what lemonade is here, by the way. It's not like Sprite. Sprite's a different thing. So a half a cup here. Where's a half a cup? There it is. And then ketamine. I have an idea for what might be a good stand-in for ketamine, but let's hold off on it for now. Just gonna give it a little stir there in the bottle. It smells like strawberries, strongly. Strawberry liqueur. Tough to find that one, by the way. That's a rare ingredient, believe it or not. They kind of drank it out of a big chunky water glass. I do have some that are similar to that, but they're all scratched up. They would look bad on camera, so I'm gonna use these ones, which are new. They're sort of a twisted wine glass, but who cares? Put some cracked ice in your glass. Pour that in. I guess it makes about 2 servings, really. Maybe, I don't know. How big is a serving? Give it a little stir there to chill down. And there we have it, a glass of pink fuck. I do actually like those thumb grooves. It's a nice thing, actually. The finger grooves are nice. Pink fuck, let's see how it is. Oh, God. That is not quite a cursed cocktail, but it's right on the line. Oh, man, that's bad. Ah! It is like so sweet. So sweet and artificial tasting. You do get the orange, a little bit tart. It just kind of tastes like cough syrup or medicine, honestly. It really does taste like Robitussin or Dimetapp. Oh, ooh, it's not good. It's bad. For science, I do have a thought. Let's give this a shot. So, based on the description of what I've read about the taste of ketamine, if you were to taste it, you know, like if you were to taste it and then you taste it, I actually think Suze is gonna be really close. How much Suze? I mean, let's just throw a splash in, you know. It's gonna throw the color way off almost immediately. It adds a lot of orange to the color, but I mean, I would still say that's a pink range drink. So maybe that's our ketamine. Suze is a, yeah, what is this? It's gentian. This is a gentian, like, bitter liqueur. Bitter, really bitter. Okay, so here it is with, quote, ketamine. It just takes over. All you taste is Suze now. What's good about that is that means that Suze, that taste really cuts through and could be a moderating flavor here, but we went way too hard on it. Earthy, bitter, dry, with just a flashing, fleeting taste of that sweet strawberry flavor. The grenadine is gone. Oh man, that's rough. Woo! That is bad. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is as close to pink fuck from the show as I can come up with. I think we can make a better cocktail of that. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go get another glass because I forgot to bring one. And then when I come back, I'm gonna try to come up with a recipe for pink fuck that isn't quite so terrible. Maybe we'll give it a new name. Pink Liaison. All right, I'm back, and let's see here if I can come up with something better. I'm gonna need my shaker. So we know vodka. I actually grabbed a bottle of gin because I was thinking maybe I want to go to gin, but no. I don't think with anything else here, anything here, I'm not gonna be able to do service to the gin. I'm not gonna be able to honor that gin, so I'm leaving it back there. I don't think we're gonna need that. I think we stick with vodka for our base here. We know the strawberry liqueur has got to be key. I think take strawberry liqueur, improve your grenadine, go to homemade. Strawberry and liqueur and grenadine as your sweet, right? This is our strong. Fresh lemon for sour. And then just like a little bit of this as a modifier to bring in some real bite. I think we might have something there. So I'm gonna start with an ounce of lemon, just to give you where my brain is at. And you know what? I went upstairs to get a lemon and everything, and I forgot to bring a knife. I'm gonna do something I've never done on the show. I'm gonna attempt to cut a knife with one of my ice knives because I happen to have one here. This is probably a very stupid idea. It's the wrong tool for this. But hey, you know what the heck? It's working. Right? There we go. Did it. It did it. It did the job. I don't care. I gotta get like a proper bar knife, honestly, and stop just like stealing knives from my kitchen. Let's go for an ounce of lemon juice. I'm gonna say half an ounce of grenadine. An ounce of our strawberry liqueur. Now, pucker strawberry liqueur is the only one I could get, which does have a certain amount of acid to it. But strawberries are highly, they're highly, a lot of vitamin C. They're pretty tart to begin with if you really are objective about the flavor of a strawberry. They can be sweet, but they're not without a little bite. Let's do 2 ounces of vodka. We're gonna go with like a scant pour here off a bar spoon. Not even filling the bowl of the bar spoon. Probably a little bit more than a dash. Hey, that doesn't smell too bad, actually. That's neat. So we're gonna shake this up. 1 big ice cube, 1 gets cracked. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be a great drink. I haven't tried this yet. Just working with what we got here. And strain away. Ooh, that's a pretty color. That's not bad. Now, nutmeg was mentioned in the other one. I think we've got to get some of that nutmeg and orange something going on. So I'm just gonna do a quick grating of nutmeg over the top. Not too much, just like, yeah, just that. And so I'm gonna garnish this, finish this garnish, not with a zest of an orange. Let's take an orange peel, like a nice fat one. A match. And we'll do a flamed orange over the top. Not quite my finest, but. And lean it over the top of the glass there. There you go. Pink Liaison. Pink Liaison. Put a little French on it. Okay, here we are. That is not bad. It's not perfect, but that is not bad. It's balanced. It's not too sweet. It's not too tart. You can taste the strawberry. It's not all strawberry though. You do get citrus, tart, lemon thing up front, which turns into grenadine, pomegranate, and then that evolves into strawberry. It is a sweet drink. It's not too sweet. It's drinkable. You could serve it to somebody that'd be like, okay, it's that kind of a drink. They wouldn't be like, whoa, hold on now. It's not like desserty because it's like, it's too citrusy to be desserty. It's not like a heavy sweetness. It's not like an ice cream affogato thing, but it is sweet, but not unpleasantly sweet. It's not bad actually. Yeah. The bitterness, could there have be a little bit more Suze? Maybe. But Suze, man, that can really overpower. Right now, what it does is it just moderates the other flavors. It just brings in just enough bitterness, and I mean earthy bitterness. I don't mean tartness, earthy bitterness, to kind of pull everything back a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, if we went further, it would start to taste like Suze, which maybe you want, maybe you don't. I like it. Flamed orange peel, always fun. It's a much more pleasant drink. That's really a night and day difference. And the nutmeg is, it does lend an air of Christmassiness to it, to a certain extent. This could almost be like a pre-dinner Christmas drink. You know, like a punch bowl type thing. Pink fuck for the family at Christmas. Ah, oh, isn't that lovely? I like it. Could it be improved on? Maybe. I don't know though. I mean, I'm not. It's not so far off the mark that it needs it, and it's not so close to greatness that I'm like, oh, I got to work that one more time. No, I think this is fine as it is. It has just enough of that sickeningly sweet artificial strawberry flavor to be nostalgic, and it comes and goes quickly, but without being overpowering and cloying and too much. Like, it takes you there and then pulls you back. I did that on the fly. That was cool. That's always fun. Well, there you go. I didn't know how much more tinkering I was gonna have to do with it, but like, yeah. Well, hey, this is How to Drink, the show about cocktails and how to drink them. My name is Greg, and I've been your host tonight. And if you like the show, you can find me on Twitter at How to Drink with a number in it. You can find me on Instagram at How to Drink with a number in it. You can find me on Twitch at Greg from HTD, twitch.tv/Greg from HTD. Live stream here from the bar, from my computer, playing video games with some friends, playing role-playing games, lately Cyberpunk. So check it out over at twitch.tv/Greg from HTD. I got a Patreon at patreon.com/howtodrink, and you will find stuff that was too weird for the episode over there. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, go check it out. And then there's a second channel. If you like live stream stuff and you miss it, it'll be on H2D2. H2D2. Like all YouTubers, I would be dumb if I didn't ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, but honestly, I don't know how much that matters for metrics. I think it'd be great if you watched some more of my show. I've been doing it for a while, and maybe you're new to the show and you want to check out some of these other episodes. I've done other horror stuff. I've done lots of movies, video games, just classics, standard baseline information, historic stuff, all kinds of cocktails all around my head right now. I want to leave you with these thoughts. Clack to Verada. Feel pretty good about that.